I was just a couple months into practice, and I was ready to leave my office on a Saturday morning. It was like 10:45. I was just finishing up with my last patient, and I get a phone call from a doula. And she asked me, she goes, "Is there anything that chiropractic can do to help a woman in labor and the labor stalled?" And at this point, I was like a couple months into practice. I'm like, yeah, of course, no big deal, right? Meanwhile, like in my heart of hearts, I knew theoretically, yes, right? If this woman was subluxated, that chiropractic, by reducing those subluxations, is going to allow her body to facilitate a normal birth process, right? That's not even a question in my mind. So I went and I went to visit her in the hospital, and fortunately, the doctor and the midwife both welcomed me in. I wouldn't have done it just on my own, but they allowed me to come in, and I went to introduce myself, and the woman was super happy to have me. She, came over and introduced herself. I'll still never forget. Her name was Trisha. And she said, "Oh, hi, thank you so much for coming." And, when somebody is able to get up and greet you and shake your hand and make eye contact and all that, you can tell that they've still got quite a long ways to go in labor, right? There's still plenty of time. And so talking with her, I find out that her water had been broken for 24 hours. She was on Pitocin for the last 12. Baby was still, too high, and her contraction, she was like 4 centimeters dilated, and her contractions really weren't productive, and she didn't feel any pressure in her pelvic floor the entire birth process, right? This is a mom who, for all intents and purposes, like birth had just completely stalled, right? And she said, "Can chiropractic help me?" And I said, "Well, I'll tell you this, chiropractic's not going to treat your stalled labor, right? It's not going to treat the birth process. But what chiropractic will do is, by addressing these subluxations, these abnormal neurobiomechanics, right? Areas where your spine and pelvis aren't moving the way that they're supposed to, and it's disrupting neurological control over your body. If you have those and chiropractic can reduce that, your body's going to be better for it. Now, does that mean you might progress naturally through labor? Sure. But does it automatically mean that? No, that's not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is reduce your subluxations to allow your body to naturally work more appropriately.